Well, how does the practice of yoga for you and for your students help you to be more grounded in life, right? So today we see so many challenges and people have to go through so many transitions and processes. Um, yeah, life is getting complex, by the month worldwide, what information we receive, how people grows around us, the changes in our countries and nations and jobs. Um, I believe we need to be more grounded, more clear to make decisions. I mean, please share your perspective right now how yoga help us today. And I think the word grounded for me is the first question. To be grounded is
Yeah.
necessarily something today. Does yoga help us to do that? And maybe you can share some other perspective. What else do we need that yoga also provide to us today?
For me, it's absolutely true what you said, that yoga is a perfect, great tool to feel grounded and to go back to your roots. Um, and one of the most important thing of yoga, of course, is connecting with the breath, connecting to through the breath to your focus inside, and the breath, and being aware of just very simple thing, just breathing. It makes you feel in the present moment, which is so easy to say but so hard uh, to achieve, being present.
Mhm. Yeah, being present and connecting, right? Connecting to ourselves.
Connecting with your breath, with
Right.
who you are, and yeah, just get away from all the chaos around, and
Mm.
have some distance from, have some perspective from what's happening around us.
Right.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. It has made a difference also for me since start practicing. Back in the time, 1990, my first training for meditation, very soon also yoga and other practices. And oh, I remember a time in which, thanks to the practice of yoga, and I practiced 3 times a day because I had such an intensive and challenging time. And I knew, because I was practicing yoga before, that, oh, I practice yoga and I feel so grounded, so clear, so energized. That's awesome. But sadly, I was in a life situation in which I really needed that, and my circumstances were not giving me that peace, that quietness, that energy, and it was so many challenges. It was so difficult to keep a clear mind and feel connected to myself to make decisions and overcome that the fear, the doubt, frustration that was coming out of the circumstance. Because you need to take action, but you need positive emotions. You need to keep the velocity, the responsiveness. And if you are exposed for so many months, to a series of challenges that are difficult. I was running an NGO and organizing projects for street children, for travelers, for sustainability. And I decided to make that NGO self-sustained, which means that I will generate the income, for the NGO to run. So I had like dozens of projects, and some of them were me, providing services, trying to generate the budget for the street children programs to run and so on. I was trying to make a point that we can really run projects based on solopreneurship and being self-sufficient. It was an adventure. I loved it, but there were moments in which everything was at the edge, depended on 2 hours, 3 days, success achieved in those moments. And in those short time windows, yoga, the practice of yoga in general, meditation, yoga, breathing, dancing, was keeping me on track, keeping me clear, keeping me healthy, keeping me, emotional responsive, helping me overcome my own doubt and fear. Have you been in those situations too? I think
I would
every
add to
yoga
that.
teacher has been
Yeah, of
there,
course.
right?
I would, yeah, I would add something to that. Apart from all these practices, um, I say being around animals and nature, being in
Mhm.
nature really helps. really helps in my own experience. So when I faced those challenging times, I felt really the power, the energy that nature gives you like it's like you are benefiting for free from nature. Just being out there, and it's such a gift you give yourself to recharge yourself with the nature's energy.
Yeah, that's true. It's a blessing, nature around us. And sometimes we don't schedule that precious time to reconnect with the forest, with the mountain, with the sea.
With the sea.
You're living in Italy, right? I mean, the region
Yeah,
around
south of
you,
Italy.
it's a nice place, a lot of nature. People can go and visit you, take a yoga class there.
Of course. There is a beautiful, we are blessed with sea, beautiful coastline, and beautiful beaches. Yeah,
Okay, wow, nice,
in Puglia.
beautiful. Um, can a yoga teacher make a living out of teaching yoga? I think this is a question for many people. If we teach yoga, do we need to create a yoga studio? Do we need to be super entrepreneurial and have a lot of content online and do all sorts of things? From the other side, I know yoga teachers that decide to live a simple life, quite ascetic, and um, enjoy life without getting complicated to abundance of things and stuff to be worried about. So it's a question also of mindset. So they go very deep into that approach. So, and I know the yoga teachers that went for the super yoga studio, the most important one in the city, and they made it for some years. So then they have to deal with the complexity of maintaining that business for long, right? So as an entrepreneur, wealth generation is important, but as yoga teachers, we think about holistic wealth, well-being, quality of life, how to develop, our own personal competences and so on, spiritual journey and so on. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more wealth there than just money. But just talking about that, earning an income and growing economically, how challenging is the path of a yoga teacher?
I'm not saying it's not challenging. I mean, it is challenging, of course. I have a few collaborations with the studios, with the platform as well. So I work also online, and different opportunities I'm open to explore as well. And that's what keeps my life stable,
Right.
financially stable. Yeah, because we need that too. Even though, like I said, I don't need that much, but still, we are human beings and we need the basics to live,
Yes,
at least the
exactly.
basics.
Yeah, yes, at least. I mean, that bottom line. Do you think that your own practice of yoga has helped you in this entrepreneurial journey? I mean, for the practicalities of entrepreneurship. Or, I mean, I have heard many people saying, just get into the spiritual path and then you just forget about the material world. And maybe we just want, this abundance of material wealth. So yoga may not be fitting for us. Um, I don't agree with that perspective because I've seen yoga teachers really deciding to increase wealth, and others don't care enough much about that and being happy, both of them. But one more time, I mean, the question is did your own yoga practice helping you with those practicalities?
I think in everything you need balance. So it's of course everyone is different, but for me it works. I mean, I managed to balance my external needs to to my yoga practice. Adapt what I need from the external world to what I'm experiencing within myself, with the inner journey
There is a lot
inside.
of learning, right? I mean,
Of course, all the time, and it's although, like we said, it's challenging, but it's also good things. Good things are coming out of this exploration.
I have a feeling, the personal feeling from the time I know you already, that the time of corporate is for you like a complete different lifetime. right? So I'm talking about, I'm just going to actually to compare a little bit just for our audience, you know, to know about it.
Yeah.
Okay. The learning process, the journey you have been in yoga, about how much you have learned and grow and develop yourself, and the achievement you have, the milestone you have made, compare it to what was possible to explore and do for yourself in the other life, you know. What would you say? It's just more intensive with yoga, or just share. I mean, you know in which direction I'm asking.
It's more, I would say, authentic because back then I was, just to give you an idea, I was I was in marketing and communication. One of my jobs back then, I would go out every day, meeting new people, being around strangers, and just selling my my services, and in a way selling my soul too. So when I
Right.
realized, at least I had 2 years of intense work like this, and then I realized, I don't like it. It's just I'm not enjoying it.
Right.
I felt really like I was selling, selling my soul to something I wasn't feeling happy about, and
Hmm.
just
I
didn't
have
like it.
I have heard that from many entrepreneurs, people that enjoy the path of entrepreneurship, but they need to do something that totally makes them happy, that they can fully back up, that they can feel authentic with. And if they don't find it, they need to create it themselves, you know, or make something out of the life experience, what the craft that they have learned to work. And they're good at entrepreneurship, but they need that. And I think myself too. I, you know, I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid for a reason. You know, I've always choosing what I want to do for the world and how to, you know, trying to be authentic and ethical and just find my own values and my own journey. But it's a learning curve.